Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we'll talk about the binomial distribution. The binomial distribution. Before we starting, if you have two possible outcomes, only two possible outcomes, that's what we call binomial. That's why we say binomial distribution. So the character here, two possible outcomes. The second, if one of them probability, if one probability is B, so the other one is 1 minus B. Like for example, if one probability is 10, the other one is 90, because as we said before, the sum of the probability should be 1. The sum of the probability should be 1. We have a formula for the binomial probability. That's the probability for x equal to ncx p2 power x q2 power n minus x. So b of x is probability of x. N is the total trials. X is the exact trial value. P percent of success. Q percent of failure. In this type of question, I'm going to have two stories. Old story to get the percent of success and percent of failure. So that's the old story. New story to predict. How it's working? Let's take an example. We have a telephone or a telemarket. So we have telemarket. We have one of the sales associated. He doing 50% of the calls give potential sales. So 15% increase in the sales by the phone calls. Now she's going to do 20 calls, and I wanted to know what's the probability to get 5 sales. So let's deal with the part. So 15 over 100, that's a success. So the failure is going to be 85 over 100. That's a failure. So that's P and that's Q. Now the total is 20, which is N. I need only X is 5. So when I go for the formula, so probability of 5 equal to 20 C5 P, which is 15 over 100 to power x multiplying by 85 over 100 to power 20 minus 5, which is 15. This part exists in Texas Instrument. So you're going for math in CR. The N value is 20, the R value is 5, and you're doing the whole multiplication is going to give you the probability. I have two concerns. I have two concerns. Two words, if they mentioned in the same example, let's say I said at least 17 makes sense. When I say at least, so means 17, at least means more than 18, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, and you have to add these probabilities to get at least. So I do probability of 17, I do probability of 18, probability of 19, probability of 20, and after that I added them up, I get at least. The second one, at max, for example, 3. So that's my maximum. So I can have 3, 2, 1, 0. So I have to get this probability and add them up to get the probability for at max 3. You need to practice, and I hope you understood what you have to do, how to differentiate between the old story and the new story, and what's the mission for the old story, what's the mission for the new story. And I wish you a good day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.